And we've added two more. We've added electronic funds transfer as well as AR collections that are specific to Business Central, but not specific to Progressus. So that can be applied if we talk about professional services companies. Progressus is the add-on for all professional services companies. But for all companies, you have the opportunity to bolster Business Central with AR collections in a complete app and electronic funds transfer on the AR side in a complete app with new apps from Progressus / Plumline Consulting. So at this point, and both of those are out in the App Store. You notice they are brand new. So there's not a review for either of them yet. Both of those are brand new. There is a full video with each of those. If you were to click on this on the App Store, you will find the EFT app. There is a free trial, and you'll find a video that explains the functionality, several screenshots, as well as data sheets for both. But we know that screenshots and data sheets aren't always the fun way to go. So let's bring in Tasha Anspaugh, who's our pre-sales and support lead at Progressus and Plumline, and we will talk about the AR collections and EFT and let her show us what exactly they do. So Tasha.
So I am going to go ahead and get started with the AR collections. I will let everybody know before I go ahead, this is the Roll Center that's currently out on the version and app source. We have just completely redone this entire Roll Center. It's now got a lot more graphs, and there's actually Power BI reports that you can put on the pages now, and that's actually coming in the next version of AR collections that we are rolling out. I apologize for not having that available to show everybody today. But the functionality is all still the same. So with AR collections, this is just allowing people to add different allowing people to reach out to their AR on their AR invoices a little bit easier. We have AR collections, so we have the AR control notices. These will also go out to your resource or to your customers when their invoices are past due. So I'm going to start with AR collection setup, and this is how you can make sure that all of your reminders are going out. So this is your email subject that's going to go out, and then you can also add a specific email message for those past due notices. Not only are there past due notices, there is the notice control. So this allows me to set up different notices that are going to go to my customers depending on the number of days past due. I can also put my projects on hold. I can put the whole entire customer on hold if they get to a certain number of days past due. And this is all going to be dependent. I can also set these up to come to different email addresses depending on where it's at. So I can set it up to go to somebody specifically in my system. I can also set it up to go to the customer's email, the customer salesperson that you have set up on the customer card, as well as the project manager for any projects that they have assigned to them in the project or in the system. You can also see here that there is a minimum balance. So if the invoice is less than a certain amount, it won't send those past due notices out. So if there's, 5 cents or $5 that you need to write off, it's not going to send out a past due notice if it's under this minimum balance. It will also attach the invoices as well if you have that set up. And again, for all of these different days past due, you can assign a different email body, report header, and report footer messages that are going to go along with those. So after you have all of those set up, there's a quick and easy way for us to do past due notice generation. This is going to go ahead, you're going to hit this, and this will actually default, and it'll send out past due notices to all of your customers in the system that you have assigned to you. If we pull up our AR collections list, this is going to list out all of the customers that we have assigned to us. So you can assign specific customers to an AR collections specialist, or if you're the AR collections admin, you'll have access to all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up one of my customers. And you can see here I have all of their posted documents. These are all of their open posted documents. So this is everything, their due date. So I can clearly see here when all of them are due. If I click on this specific line here, I can come up to manage and I can update notes. So if I sent note or if I contacted the customer and I need to put a note on their file, I can update notes here. I can also send mail. So this is going to send out that invoice again to the customer. Down here, we've also added a collection contact. So when did you make this contact? If I were the collections representative and I called Trey Research today, I would come in here and I would put my contact date and then the date that I expect payment for a specific invoice. So if I expect payment by Thursday, I could put that expected date in there. And then the amount. So how much am I expecting them to pay? There's also notes that you can put in here and then a follow-up date. We have also added functionality inside of the next version that's going to have a screen where you can come in and look at all of your follow-up history. So all your follow-up appointments. And it's going to be filtered off of this next contact date. So once you have all of that done, again, you'll have the ability to come in. You can come in, look at all notes. This is everything that's ever happened on the specific customer. And again, it's just an easy way for us to come in, look at all of our customers, see what's past due, and where our customers are at. So that is AR collections in a nutshell. The next one that I want to show is AR EFT. AR EFT is a little bit more difficult to show only because it's more of a functionality that we're adding. So a lot of the versions of BC have this that are outside of the United States. I believe it's available in Canada and Europe both, but it is not available in the US version. So we created a extension that you can use for this. You can use AR EFT if a customer agrees that you can automatically debit their bank account for specific invoices or something that's set up in advance, obviously. So for that, it's going to automatically create the exchange definitions, and it's also going to go ahead and put in that bank import-export file for you. So in order to use this, you're going to do it just like you would any other EFT. So I'm going to come into my cash receipt journal. And once you're in your cash receipt journal, all you have to do is enter the amount. So if I come in here and I'm expecting a payment from my customer, so the account type is always going to be customer, and then you're going to select which one. So I'm going to go ahead and select a datum, and then you put the amount. So since we're taking the money from a customer's account, you would put in a negative. The bank account is going to be which bank account of yours it's going into. So I have my savings account here, and then this is coming from the customer's ECA bank account, which I had previously set up on their customer card. Once all of that is done, all you have to do is come in and you're going to export this. This is going to generate the receipt file, which you can also call the remittance. So once I download it, it's going to open up the remittance, and it will download in a Word file or whatever you have set up as your default. So I can see here my remittance advice number, the amount paid, all of the customer's information, and then the deposit amount is going to be the $20,000. So once that's done, you come in and you're going to generate your EFT file. You'll see here that I have my document date. I have a document number for the specific customer, and then the amount. Once this is done, you just go ahead and hit Generate EFT Files, and it'll download that document for you. So then you can just go ahead and you'll have your text doc like you normally would for your bank EFTs.